Ground zero link building there are link building tactics that you can do right now that, a founder can do, or like a small marketing team can do, that will help sort of like not only build that link back, that backlink foundation, but it also kind of serves that PR purpose. So a lot of these tactics will be, also a way to kind of reach that different audience and connect with people in different ways, but they also help kind of build up that backlink foundation and get those topically relevant backlinks. So first, I'm going to talk about HARO. HARO is probably one that a lot of people have seen before. It's pretty well known. Basically, what HARO is a way for sources to connect with contributors or journalists. So basically, like if you are the owner of an employee time tracking agency or something like that, then you're really familiar with that realm, or an HR tech agency, and you're really familiar with that realm. Then there are journalists who go on to this platform to connect with experts in different areas. And basically what these people want to do, what these journalists want to do, is they want to get expert quotes for their articles. And usually what that looks like is they'll quote you, they say who you are, and then they'll give you a backlink to your business. So it's a really effective way to sort of start building that backlink foundation, but also, kind of get you more exposure for your brand as well. So, I mean, this is basically what like the general setup looks like. So it's really, really easy to set this up. You just go to HARO.com, you set up your account. It's really important that as you're going through this process, you be mindful of who is registering. A lot of people want to outsource this, which can be okay. But journalists really, really like to hear from CEOs, C-level executives, as opposed to like a junior marketer or something like that. So basically what you would do is you would select the industry that you want to work in. So if you're in tech, you want to select tech. If you have more of a, an HR tech company or something like that, then you need to move to more of the business and finance realm, but just kind of set that up so that you can start getting the emails. And this is what it looks like basically. So, the emails are sent out 3 times a day. They come from a variety of different outlets. So, this is going to be, we've gotten links from really, really big publications this way. So they're going to be from, different websites, just people who are trying to supplement their content with these more expert resources. And then each query has different guidelines. So you would open up a query, let's say that it's somebody who's looking for, B2B e-commerce entrepreneurs looking to share their expertise building an online business. So you would, if you fit that match, and you would go in there, you would open up the link. They would kind of have a longer form explanation of what they're looking for, the guidelines, the deadlines, and that's really important to read because some of these are really time sensitive. And so you would basically just start writing out your pitch, right? It's also important to note that a lot of them will be anonymous. We have found that really big publications go this route, so they don't just get blown up by people wanting to get links from them. So we've landed a link from like americanexpress.com, using this tactic, but they try to go that more anonymous route, so they don't just get blown up from people trying to get links from them. And then this is the anatomy of a pitch. And I kept it really simple here, and I'll kind of explain it a bit more. But, what you want to do is, this is a pitch that I actually used to land a link. And essentially what I said is, my name is Eric Carrell. This is for a company that I bought a couple of years ago. And I said, I run this company. We've been around for 20 years, which was true to that company. During that time, our technical advice has been seen in places like New York Times, PC Mag, Popular Mechanics, et cetera. And then for the contribution, what I wanted to do is I wanted to break my contribution down into parts that were like quotable chunks, basically. So that like I lay this out in a way that, she can basically choose between like 4 different quotes that she thinks will fit the part that she's trying to supplement most in her article. And then this is the outcome. This was the response that we got. This is a link that we landed on zoom.com, or LegalZoom.com rather, which is in the US. It's a really, really big company. It took me about 7 minutes to write. It has, 1.4 million traffic per month. And we also have this relationship with this person now because they wrote for many different publications. So now we have this relationship with this person that we can, leverage in the future. And then a couple of different things you want to keep in mind with this is like, you want to make this look as professional as possible. So like if you can add, a signature block with your LinkedIn information, your website, anything that you can do to kind of build that, that credential foundation will help you land these links. And these are some other places that we built HARO links. So you can kind of see the quality that we're talking about here, like Bloomberg.com, Washington Post, MSN, Inc.com. So really, really top of the tier publications here. So it's a really good strategy to take to get these really big links, but also get like the exposure to kind of build that trust foundation with Google as well.
Great. Actually, Eric, I have several questions
Yeah.
about HARO or HARO.
Sure.
I've always called it HARO, but
Yeah.
tomato, it doesn't matter. And I know you have a lot to cover, so I want to try to make these questions quick, but they're specific to HARO. Okay, so one, HARO is free to sign up, right?
Free to sign up.